So, and that's what makes it more lethal. So this is where we are now saying, when somebody makes the first attempt, like what we call self-injurious behaviors, and we talked a lot with them about the telly, and nikamwambia go and look at these young people, anashika kareza bread, anajikata mkono kidogo. That person is crying. That's a cry. But when the person goes and buys herbicide, when the person goes and buys a rope, this person is saying it must happen.
This is it.
Yeah.
When the person now let me show you another one. You know, I like the way you look at me.
When the person locks himself in a room
with
a jiko.
Thank you. When the person enters the room and writes a note, carefully, and Terry, I have had it. And then and enters a room, but they have not locked the room. The person is crying
for help.
Yes. Yeah. But when the person has not written a note and has locked the door, that is a serious attempt.
This is goodbye.
Yes. Now let me show you another one. Now I show you another one because I know you want to ask me what about celebrities and people who have even educated? When somebody goes to a bar and drinks, and then drives a car at top speed, the person has already said goodbye. So you need to see first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. These attempts are telling you the person is giving up. When you find the person has locked themselves in a room and they don't want to know where they live, when Terry tells you, when Terry writes to you and tells you, Rose, I'm going back to my house, it is too much. She's saying, come and look for me.
Help me.
I
need you now.
I need you now. When someone writes on the internet, it is enough. But when they switch off the phone,
it's a point of no return.
And no one knows them.
And no one knows where they are. It is. I don't know whether you can see the intensity. That's why we are trying to change the narrative. We are trying to say, even for people listening. By the way, when I came here the other day, I was so happy. We talked with you about young people. I think it was Terry, and one of the young men called me, and he was in Naivasha. He was going to Nakuru because he had left university for 3 years. He was going to commit suicide. He listened to us with Terry.
Wow.
Rose, you want to believe this story?
Yeah.
Do you know the young man arrived at Naivasha? And he akakaa Naivasha akakunywa chai. He came back to Nairobi. He called me. Akaniambia, I was listening to you.
Yes.
And I have changed my decision.
Yes. Yes.
Akiteri, that's the day I said, God, even if you don't call me a missionary,
right there.
you see, you have changed the narrative too. I can go on. I need to rethink.
Daktari, for someone who's listening, and I'm listening as well, you know, this is very familiar. I don't know if Terry has experienced this, or she's too young to experience this.
This is
nobody has thought to say that to you, but I've had relations who've said, I'm going to kill myself.
People say it.
And now I know, no, they are not yet there.
They're not yet
they
there.
are crying for help. They are saying, listen up.
Listen up.
Give me attention.
Give me attention.
Hear my issues.
Yes.
Address them.
Help
me to find a solution.
Preach, Rose, preach.
But now when we are being told that as African people, we're like, hata mtu anajuanga tuambi ni kamba ungekuwa umenunua umejinyonga. And I've had relations,
I don't like that.
Say this to family members.
Don't see that.
Ati unatuambia unajua, watu wanajua tunaona washajua. So you see, when you say that, and that is why when you say changing the narrative, when we begin to change by starting to see the subtle signs of somebody who's crying for help. So that isifike mahali, now they've switched off the phone, now they've locked themselves in a room that they cannot open, and now they're not even writing notes anymore, and they're not leaving the door open. Because I have seen that, and I'm so shocked to see that, because we treat it like they want attention. Then you stop at the attention level and you don't address it. Huyu anasemanga kila saa tajua. Their husbands who are always telling their wives, I'll kill myself, and I'll even kill you, and I'll kill our children.
And one day
nobody takes it seriously.
Oh my. Preach. I feel it.
And even to add on that, we're in a digital space.
Yes.
You talked about writing on the internet.
Thank you.
Some of us who ignore those things and pata mtu ameandika hapo kwa Facebook yake.
Na ameandika
ameandika hapo amesema I want to kill myself.
I am telling you
this is a good bad.
Terry ameandika hapa
life is meaningless.
Ameandika since Anthony left me, life is no longer the same. Na sisi na Rose tunaona. We need to tell Terry, come Terry. Sio lazima tumpeleke big hotels, but if you can afford kunywa China kama dasi hapa. I think what happened. Anthony, remember Terry's time. I've been with him for 4 years.
Terry is a time remembrance machine.
And let me tell you, Terry says something. She's saying for 4 years, I devoted my time to Anthony. Rose, now let's get serious. I'm not joking when I say, please, Terry, what you're saying is Rose, what you're saying is very serious. I wish you can say it again, but let me try to say it again. When the husband tells you, I am fed up. When the husband tells you, I'm giving up. When he says, I'm going to kill my wife and children, let us report it. And let me tell you, we have cases where, with due respect, people have gone to the police. Let me shock you. But it is like the narcissistic personality. We do that with Terry here, and she almost fainted.
In fact, we say that we dismiss it. We say he's being narcissistic.
Exactly.
And we leave it at
There's one lady I met the other day when I was giving a talk. What she told me, I almost fell down. She told me the husband told her, you know, I'm going to kill you, and I want you to put your phone there so that you record. I want everybody to know that I am the one who killed you. I'm telling you, I finished the seminar, and she came and told me, I told her, wait, can you go with the 5 police officers and go to a police station? Let me tell you, with due respect to the police again, sometimes people say I am very good with everybody. I like understanding good people. She went to the police station. She met a police officer who had done psychology. Akaida na 5 police officers. I'm telling you, Terry, sometimes I wish I can disclose people's names. Aliniambia, you just saved my life. But ati bwana yake alikuwa anamwangalia hivi ana breathe. She was lucky she had 5. They were now 6. Aliniambia, if I had gone with 1,
he would have overwhelmed
both of them.
He was waiting. So sometimes and with due respect to what you said, look, it's very serious. And I won't, maybe if I don't say anything else on today, let me say this. Parents of today, sema your laws.
Parents of today,
don't make those jokes with these children. Ati wewe unataka kujua siwede ujue. These children of nowadays, they think that is instruction.
They will do it.
Thank you, Terry. They will do it. There's a warning you've sounded. Let us listen to this cry.
Right.
I don't like school. I don't want this school. I'm fed up.
Interrogate why.
Why? Ask the child, utaki shule? Mimi sitaki shule. Mimi mom, dad nakwambia hii shule. I don't know. The child is what did you say? It's a cry.
Yes.
And then it goes the first letter. I was waiting for you to say that. The second one. Alafu mtoto anaambia mama yake. Alafu anaenda anaambia sister yake Terry. Alafu anaambia Fred. And then we are not sharing. Change the narrative. Alikwambia nini?
Start sharing.
And then the worst thing, when we are there, I say it in different words. It is when the person has a plan.
That is lethal.
That is lethal.
A plan of execution.
When the person has a plan
to execute.
And I am telling you this because I have dealt with the people who told me at one time, you know, my wife had even told me she's going to buy herbicide. And I ignored it. When the person tells you, like for instance, for police officers and persons in the armed forces, yes, we tell them, when the person keeps holding the gun, anashika buduki hivi, anasema, this is my baby, I love, alafu anatoa handkerchief, unaona akiwipe, they have developed a relationship with the gun. And that is very dangerous. When the person keeps getting a knife, na anakwambia hii kisu niinunua nijiue, na ndio unaona nimeiweka hivi, anaipagusa, anaiosha,
anaisharpen,
and then they start giving away their things. Unaona their things, unakutaga tele hapa.
You talked about it. They give their favorite iPhone away, their laptop away.
Tele ameisha kwambia By the way, Rose, me I no longer need this. Hii iPhone hata chukua. Sitaki. Unaona hii gari?
And you're happy.
Yeah.
Saying I've been blessed.
Tell him amenunua dress amekwambia. By the way, dress hata. I don't do you exchange. When people start giving away their property. There is one doctor that passed on, and that's why I don't say names. And one of his friends knew that he had sold his business. So when he committed suicide, the man came to see me. He kept telling me, I should have known when he sold the business.
We don't speak up. We don't speak up as a society, as a community. Nilikuwa nataka kusema kitu nyingine. As we are changing the narrative, daktari, generation boomers, generation X, generation millennials, Gen Z, and now we have generation Alpha. We have got to change the narrative of how we've been doing it. That mimi ninaamini kiboko inatosha kutoa hata suicidal thoughts. That nitakutandika mpaka hiyo suicidal thoughts, I will get it out of you. We have got as your generation, especially daktari. Your generation needs to change how you have been parenting and how you've been communicating with your children and how you have been instructing them. Because I believe the yesteryears and the advice you're given by your fathers no longer work in our generation.
Say it again. Preach, Rose, preach.
They don't work.
We're in a different generation right now.
I am telling you,
huyu mose wa social media hapa anakuchukua picha. Atuwezi deal na vile baba yako alideal na wewe.
Huyu mose akwambia na dada kwenda kujua mwambie umwambie nikupatie kaba. Utamkuta na kaba. Ataenda. And because them they think it is a joke.
Yes.
You know, our parents, and then the other part is the resilience. And let's be sincere, Rose. I like the things you say. I wish we were listening to them. It's not hearing. Unajua sisi tunapenda kusikiza Rose na tell what they say. No, let us listen to it with a keen ear. The point is, when this child tells you, Mom, I am unhappy. Dad, I am unhappy with 1, 2, 3. Okay, nitaangalia. That child, these children of nowadays don't take that way.
Unhappy na umelipiwa school fees. Unhappy na umekula.
Sisi by the way, after let me tell you, mimi nilisomea Kagumo. I've never told you my home is in Kiambu. Mimi nilisomea Kagumo. Mimi nilikuwa napewa school fees, naweka kwa kiatu. Naenda na gari mpaka. I was only taken to school the first day I went to Form 1.
The admission day.
The admission day. Kutoka hapo nilikuwa naenda hiyo jia.
We have 6 minutes, Doctor. How else do we change the narrative?
But what you are saying, I don't know how to tell you this because you are my friend. I was liking what you are saying.
Yes.
Emphasize on the parents.
Yes.
Please, Rose, I wish you could. I would take myself. Watoto wa siku hizi umpatie hata university. Na nimesema hivyo. Umpatie pesa hata lipa. We need to get this thing. We need. I wish you could go for this understanding.
If we change the narrative on school fees, no longer giving them vile wewe ulikuwa unapewa kwa kiatu. Why are we not changing the narrative about how we are treating suicide?
Thank you. Na huyu mtoto na tena wacha tufanye ingine. Me I had my birthday on that September. I'm now 58 by the way. I don't even bother about my birthday.
You don't look like it.
But let me tell you.
You look 48.
Ale kajamaa kamedia kuna kuaga naye hapa. Watoto wa 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Akuwe na birthday leo. Ukose kumwambia happy birthday na kuiba hiyo kawipo.
It's problematic.
Chaos.
Hata imemaliza. It is chaos. Alafu hana keki. Na hujapeleka keki kwa shule. Unajua mami watoto marafiki zangu wote walikuwa wananicheke. It's that serious.
They become mentally disturbed.
And that's why we must go for 2 things.
Yes.
3 things. One is God's understanding. Now, sasa you can see why. Unakumbuka nilianza na God mpaka ukafikiria na preach. Sasa now you can see the meaning and purpose of our lives is found in God. Then we need to create self-love in the person.
Yes.
And a higher self-esteem in our children and our young people. But we must also be responsible. We must teach young people to be responsible. The truth is, and I told you this at the other time, this thing you keep telling people that the world belongs to you. Nobody is the center of the universe.
Absolutely.
The center of the universe is God.
That's the world belongs to you.
Yes. Ati unamwambia the daughter of Juguna. That I'll give you the world.
Which world?
Na sisi na Rose nakaa wapi? Chakula. Alafu you think Terry kakiabu kana kwa kuja kana tuambia unajua
the world belongs to me.
Yeah, 8 billion.
And we are living in this
and sisi tuko hapa pamoja. So this thing is, we need to also tell our children the truth.
Yes.
The truth is, you are a child of the universe. You are not the child. So we need to tell people to be responsible.
Raise them to be global citizens.
Thank you. And godly.
Yes, and
hata hii maneno ati ukienda kanisa, you are the only unamangamanga hapo ati wewe tu die mwenye. No, hata even in the home, ati you know you are my son, you are my daughter, and we love you so much, but you are not the center of the universe.
So that the child doesn't grow up thinking that everything is deserving of everything, and he doesn't get everything, and now will die.
And the world revolves around
Because if Terry, you were brought up thinking the entire world belongs to you, you'll come here and I'll tell you, I'll shut you down, and I'll tell you it doesn't belong to you, and you'll be upset.
True.
Thank you. And when you go to school, you want the school to be you. You know,
pay homage
to you. You want everybody. When you come here to work, you tell Terry, I want you to sit here. You must be here by 5. The program. Hey, excuse me. You know, are you aware who I am? Who are you?
You're mentally challenging me. You're mentally disturbing me.
You're mentally psychologically disturbed. I'm depressed.
You're toxic.
You're toxic. Okay, we are. You know, and especially the men.
Yes.
We are bringing very good sons, but we are making them believe that they own the world. You are a child of the universe. I agree, but you don't own the universe. The universe belongs to God.
All right.
And then we change the narrative, tell you said it, and then we integrate more of life skills, positive thinking, critical thinking, and problem solving.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Critical thinking, problem solving. But you know, prayer and meditation helps, because when you talk to God.
That's good.
Amen.
That's good.
But you see, for them to reach to that point, you must have brought them in the ways and knowledge and obedience of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't there, then how do they lean on a God that you have never shown them as a parent?
They have never known.
Because their parent will begin to talk about God to you when you're 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough conversation to have with a teenager. When you should have begun when they were 2.
Early ages.
If you are a parent and you are not taking your child to church,
you
are only taking them to school, don't ask anybody if
and
you are
parks and merry-go.
Don't ask anybody if you are
on the weekends.
And if you are a mother and you don't take your children, I sometimes I'm told I'm busy. Let me shock you. It is better for a mother to take their child to church than for a father. Kama ni baba, hata kama utaki kuja kanisa, mimi hata nabiaga men, drop your wife and children to church. Go back and sleep. Go back and sleep. But hiyo ingine Reverend Muranda kuja okay.
It is ideal.
Take your child as a mother. By the way, if you have a wife who does not go to church, don't ask me if you are lost. You are lost.
You are. It's not a question.
It's not a question. It's an answer. And if you are a mother and you have not been taking your child to church, okay, now tell you, now this is serious. If you are a mother and you have not been taking your child to church, and you are not taking them to teach them the morals of God, let me tell you, when that child will be 18, you'll be calling me.
You're finished. You'll be finished.
Now, I guess finished completely.
Finished completely.
And that's why we need God's grace.
Thank you so much for coming. This conversation will never end. And in case somebody wants to reach out to you and have this conversation with you, Father, for some counseling, you did hear him say he's a counseling psychologist. In case you want to have that family gathering and you want Daktari to have a conversation with you, or as a couple, you're feeling that he might be able to help you in your situation, you're stuck somewhere, what are the number?
Okay, first of all, my name is Geoffrey Wango.
Yes.
If you go online and you check my name, Geoffrey Wango, I've now established a website to assist people. But my number is 0705 105 982. My number is 0705 105 982. But I want to add with one sentence. We must continuously seek God's grace.
There's no other way. I love that. We began with God, we have ended it there.
Well, that's our life.
Tuonge, but at the end of it all, we are going back to God. But thank you so much, Dr. Wango, for coming today. Hey, hii conversation naishi, but again, I love how we are creating awareness. And again, like you said, we are changing that narrative. So asante sana for coming today. All right, that's all the time we had on the Healthy Conversation today with the OGW himself, Dr. Wango. He's such an amazing man, and we are just learning together. Okinda, your last words?
I think it's a conversation that we have begun changing the narrative. I think this conversation doesn't end. It continues. Let us continue changing the narrative, because you cannot do the same things the same way and expect different results.